Throughout time, profound truths have been whispered behind veils of mystery. What if the teachings of Jesus and the Hermetic principles were, in fact, facets of the same universal wisdom? Today, we will explore this powerful connection. Jesus not only taught moral lessons, but revealed universal patterns that govern all existence. With the 7 principles, you gain the knowledge to understand how the internal and external worlds are interconnected and use them as tools to change your reality. Are you ready to dive into this powerful fusion? The universe is like a vast mind in constant creation, and every thought we cultivate plays a fundamental role in this process. Jesus taught us, with simplicity and depth, that faith can move mountains. This statement is not merely symbolic. It demonstrates the real power to transform reality based on what we believe is possible. The principle of mentalism, described in Hermetic texts, invites us to see thought as the origin of everything that exists. When we align our minds with elevated intentions, we become co-creators of the universe. This power is not reserved for divine figures or great masters. It is accessible to everyone. Imagine starting your day with gratitude, repeating to yourself, "Today, I choose peace." The simplicity of this action can shape the rest of your day, attracting situations and encounters aligned with that energy. Similarly, thoughts of doubt or fear can create barriers and difficulties. This reinforces the need to cultivate a positive and focused mental state. Jesus demonstrated the strength of mentalism on many occasions. When he said, "Peace, be still," to the storm, he not only calmed the waters but also aligned his intention with universal harmony. The same can be done in moments of personal conflict. Instead of reacting impulsively, choose words that bring peace and clarity. This small gesture not only transforms the situation, but also strengthens your connection with the divine. To apply this principle in daily life, a powerful practice is guided meditation. Choose a moment of tranquility, visualize your goals in detail, and feel what it would be like to achieve them. This visualization is a way to plant seeds in the universal mind. Another practical tool is affirmations. Saying something daily like, "I am capable of overcoming challenges," may seem simple, but over time, it reprograms your mind to believe and act according to that truth. Biblical texts also reinforce the idea that, as a man thinks, so he is. Proverbs 23 verse 7. This passage complements the Hermetic principle, showing that the mind not only perceives reality but shapes it. When you consciously choose what to think and focus on, you are, in fact, shaping your life. Try writing down your goals and mentally repeating that they are already being achieved. This creates an energy field that attracts what you seek. Mentalism is the foundation of all other spiritual laws. By understanding that the mind is the origin, you begin to see yourself as the architect of your reality. But what happens when we understand that this creative mind is connected to everything in the universe? This is what the principle of correspondence teaches us, and we will explore it next. Everything in the universe is interconnected, reflecting the Hermetic principle of correspondence. As above, so below. As within, so without. Jesus reinforced this idea by saying, "The kingdom of God is within you." Luke 17 verse 21. This statement reveals that the state of our inner world directly determines what we experience in the external world. When you cultivate inner peace and harmony, the universe around you responds with the same vibrations. The opposite is also true. Internal chaos generates external chaos. Correspondence invites us to look inward for answers. Imagine a challenging situation in your life, such as a conflict at work or within your family. Before pointing fingers at others, ask yourself, what is this reflecting about me? Often, our unresolved emotions or beliefs manifest as external challenges. Recognizing this is the first step toward transforming the environment around us. Jesus illustrated this principle in many of his parables. In the parable of the sower, he explained that seeds planted in fertile soil yield abundant fruit. Matthew 13 verse 8. The fertile soil symbolizes our mind and spirit. If we cultivate thoughts and intentions aligned with good, the result will be a more balanced and harmonious life. To achieve this, it is essential to tend to our inner garden, removing limiting beliefs and planting constructive ideas. A powerful practice to align the internal microcosm with the external macrocosm is visualization. Close your eyes and imagine the kind of life you wish to create. Don't just see the scenes, but feel the emotions as if you were already living that reality. For example, if you seek more peace, visualize yourself in calm and joyful situations. This technique not only strengthens your focus, but also adjusts your energy to attract corresponding experiences. The harmony between the inner and outer worlds is also highlighted in Psalm 51 verse 10, where the psalmist pleads, "Create in me a pure heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me." When this inner purity is achieved, it inevitably reflects in our relationships, decisions, and even our physical surroundings. Like a mirror, the universe returns what we project to it. By understanding and applying the principle of correspondence, you gain the ability to transform not only your life, but also the impact you have on the world. However, this transformation requires more than introspection. It demands alignment with universal energy. This is the next point we will explore as we delve into the principle of vibration. Nothing in the universe is static. Everything vibrates, everything is in constant motion. This Hermetic principle reveals that everything, from thoughts to the largest stars, has its own vibrational frequency. Jesus also demonstrated the importance of vibration when he said to the restless waves, "Peace, be still." Mark 4 verse 39. With a single phrase, he aligned his intention with universal harmony, transforming chaos into serenity. This teaches us that our words, infused with intention, hold the power to shape the reality around us. Vibration is not just an abstract concept. It is something we feel and experience daily. Think about how the atmosphere changes when someone enters a room full of enthusiasm or, conversely, with negative energy. This shift is the direct impact of the vibrations we emit. To raise your vibration, practice gratitude. Upon waking, list 3 things you are grateful for. This simple act adjusts your energy to attract more reasons for gratitude throughout the day. Jesus also demonstrated the power of vibration in his healings. When he said to Lazarus, "Lazarus, come forth," John 11 verse 43, his words carried not only faith but a powerful energy that resonated with life itself. This shows that the words we choose and the intention behind them can literally transform seemingly irreversible situations. Similarly, you can use positive affirmations to elevate your energy and strengthen your spirit. Another way to adjust your frequency is through music and sound. Biblical texts frequently mention the use of songs to uplift the spirit, as in Psalm 100 verse 1, "Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all the earth." Choosing music that brings peace or joy can be a powerful tool to harmonize your vibration. Try creating a playlist with songs that give you good energy, and notice how your mood changes throughout the day. When you elevate your vibration, you attract experiences and people in harmony with that energy. However, it's important to remember that thoughts and emotions also vibrate. Moments of anger or fear lower your frequency, while love and compassion raise it. The challenge lies in recognizing when your vibrations are low and using practices like meditation or prayer to restore balance. Vibration is the foundation for creating a harmonious life. By learning to tune your energy to higher frequencies, you align with the universal rhythm. But how can we understand the extremes of vibration and find balance in life's duality? This leads us to the next principle: polarity. Everything in the universe has two sides, two extremes that, although they may appear to be opposites, are merely different degrees of the same essence. The Hermetic principle of polarity invites us to see unity in duality. Jesus, with his hidden wisdom, brought this idea to light when he said, "The last will be first, and the first will be last." Matthew 20 verse 16. This statement is not merely a moral teaching but a profound reflection on how opposites coexist and complement each other. Polarity manifests in all aspects of life. Consider the relationship between light and darkness. One cannot exist without the other. Without darkness, how could we perceive the beauty of light? In practice, this teaches us to embrace both moments of joy and moments of sorrow, as both are essential for our spiritual growth. For example, during difficult times, ask yourself, what is this moment trying to teach me? Often, it is through pain that we find the most transformative lessons. Jesus also addressed polarity when speaking about humility and greatness. He said, "Whoever wants to be greatest among you shall be your servant." Matthew 23 verse 11. This reversal of human values teaches us that extremes complement each other, and true strength is found in acknowledged weakness. In your own life, recognizing how polarities operate can help you achieve greater balance. A simple example is balancing your routine, alternating periods of intense work with moments of rest and introspection. Acceptance of polarity also helps us better understand our emotions. Moments of anger or frustration do not need to be rejected. Instead, they can be used as a guide to understand what is out of alignment in our lives. Practice self-observation. When you feel intense emotions, ask yourself what lies behind them. Recognizing that joy is more appreciated when contrasted with sadness is a step toward finding harmony. Biblical texts remind us that life is full of paradoxes. As in Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1, "To everything there is a season, and a time for every purpose under heaven." This passage emphasizes that both moments of laughter and moments of weeping have their place in the great cycle of existence. Accepting this duality brings peace instead of resistance, allowing us to flow with life's ups and downs. Understanding polarity is realizing that opposites are not enemies, but allies on the path of self-knowledge. The balance between these forces is what helps us grow spiritually and live in harmony. And speaking of balance, the next principle leads us to explore the cycles and rhythm of the universe. Let us dive into the principle of rhythm. Life is a constant dance between cycles, flows, and movements that never cease. The Hermetic principle of rhythm teaches us that everything in the universe has its own timing, a cadence that governs the beginning and end of all things. Jesus, with his profound wisdom, pointed to this truth when he said, "There is a time for everything, and a season for every purpose under heaven." Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1. This message invites us to accept the highs and lows of life as inevitable parts of a greater divine plan. Imagine the tides of the ocean. They come and go, never remaining static. So too are the cycles in our lives. There are moments of growth, followed by periods of reflection or apparent stagnation. When you find yourself in a difficult time, remember that the next cycle is already on its way. For example, if you are facing financial challenges, this could be an opportunity to reassess your priorities and plan for a more stable future. The darkest night always precedes the dawn. Jesus demonstrated this principle when he restored life to Lazarus, symbolizing the transition between death and rebirth. John 11 verse 43. This miracle illustrates how the cycles of loss and gain are part of a larger whole. In practice, you can adopt this teaching by accepting that periods of difficulty bring with them the promise of renewal. The rhythm of life reminds us to be patient, as each season has its purpose, and each phase prepares us for the next. To align yourself with natural rhythms, establish a routine that respects cycles of work and rest. For instance, Set aside moments in the day to disconnect from tasks and simply be present with yourself. Additionally, observe the nature around you. The seasons, the phases of the moon, even the energy patterns in your own life. All of these reflect the universal rhythm and can help you live more harmoniously. Psalm 30 verse 5 echoes this principle by saying, "Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning." This passage encourages us to trust in the divine flow, even when facing adversities. When we understand that every moment of sadness is temporary and part of a greater cycle, we begin to live with greater acceptance and serenity. Accepting the principle of rhythm means surrendering to the flow of life, trusting that everything happens at the right time. But how do our actions interact with these cycles? The next principle shows us that every decision and attitude creates ripples in the universe. Let us explore the principle of cause and effect. Nothing in the universe happens by chance. Every action has a corresponding reaction. The Hermetic principle of cause and effect teaches us that we are responsible for the seeds we sow, for they will determine the harvest. Jesus reinforced this truth by saying, "A man reaps what he sows." Galatians 6 verse 7. This phrase reminds us that our choices and actions, whether good or bad, leave marks that shape not only our lives but also the world around us. Consider how small daily decisions create significant impacts over time. An act of kindness today can spark a chain of good deeds tomorrow, while thoughtless words can cause harm that is difficult to repair. For example, offering help to someone in need not only transforms that person's day, but also strengthens your own energy of compassion. Every gesture, no matter how small it seems, has an effect on the great cycle of life. Jesus demonstrated the power of intention in his acts of healing. When he touched the sick or said, "Get up and walk," Matthew 9 verse 6, he not only healed the physical but also sowed faith and hope in the hearts of those around him. Similarly, we can use our words and actions to create positive change. A practical way to start is to reflect before acting. Ask yourself if the decision you're about to make aligns with your values and serves the greater good. Personal responsibility is a cornerstone of this principle. This means that even in challenging situations, we must recognize our role in what is happening. It's not about blame, but about embracing the power to transform our own reality. For instance, if you are dissatisfied with something in your work or relationships, instead of blaming others, ask yourself, what changes can I make to improve this? In Luke 6 verse 38, Jesus said, "With the measure you use, it will be measured back to you." This passage illustrates that our choices reverberate, returning to us with the same intensity. It encourages us to live intentionally, choosing to act with kindness, justice, and love, because the universe gives back exactly what we offer. Understanding and applying the principle of cause and effect transforms us into conscious co-creators of our reality. Every choice is an opportunity to plant seeds that will bloom in the future. However, to cultivate balance and harmony, we must also integrate complementary forces into our journey. Let us now explore the principle of gender. The universe balances itself through the dance of masculine and feminine energies, forces that are not opposites but complementary. The Hermetic principle of gender teaches us that both energies exist in everything that has been created, in both the physical and spiritual realms. Jesus demonstrated this harmony in his actions, blending strength and compassion perfectly. He honored the divine balance when he said, "Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth," Matthew 5 verse 5, showing that power and gentleness can coexist. This duality exists within each of us. The masculine energy is active, oriented toward action and achievement, while the feminine energy is receptive, connected to intuition and inner wisdom. Consider how your life is organized. There are times when you need to act quickly and make practical decisions, and others when it is essential to pause, reflect, and listen to yourself. The balance of these forces is what creates a full and harmonious life. Jesus also exemplified this integration by respecting and elevating the role of women. He showed special reverence for Mary Magdalene, recognizing her wisdom and intuition. This appreciation of the feminine teaches us the importance of honoring these qualities in ourselves and others. For example, when facing challenges, you can use masculine energy to solve problems and feminine energy to seek creative and compassionate solutions. In daily life, this balance can be cultivated in various ways. A simple practice is dedicating time to activities that integrate action and introspection, such as yoga or meditative walks. Another way is observing how you respond in challenging situations. Do you tend to act impulsively, excessive masculine energy, or avoid action out of fear, imbalanced feminine energy? Recognizing these patterns is the first step toward achieving harmony. The Bible also speaks to this balance in Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1. There is a time for everything. This passage reflects the rhythm between action and contemplation, creation and rest. When we integrate these forces, we align with the universe's flow, becoming instruments of peace and transformation. Understanding the principle of gender teaches us that unity is not found in separation, but in integration. When we harmonize these energies within ourselves, we live with greater balance and purpose. But how do we align these choices with universal principles and use free will consciously? Let us discover this in the next topic. Free will is one of the greatest gifts given to humanity, but with it comes the responsibility to align our choices with universal laws. Jesus showed us the way when he taught, "Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves, take up their cross, and follow me." Matthew 16 verse 24. This powerful statement reflects the essence of alignment, using our freedom to make decisions that harmonize with a higher purpose, even when it requires effort and sacrifice. Making conscious decisions requires reflection. Consider everyday situations, such as choosing between reacting with anger or responding with patience during a conflict. Opting for the higher path may seem difficult in the moment, but it brings long-term peace and harmony. For instance, when faced with criticism, instead of reacting impulsively, take a deep breath and think about how your words can contribute to the solution, not the problem. It is in these moments that free will finds its most noble purpose. Jesus often emphasized the impact of choices. He said, "For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." Matthew 6 verse 21. This passage reminds us to direct our actions toward what truly matters. Identify what you value most in your life and ask yourself, do my choices reflect these values? For example, if you value peace but make decisions that generate stress or conflict, it may be time to realign your priorities. Practicing alignment with universal laws also means acting with intention. Before making an important decision, take a moment to connect with your intuition and reflect. Meditation or short prayers, such as asking for wisdom and discernment, can help align your choices with the greater good. By doing this, you connect with the Hermetic principle of cause and effect, planting seeds of harmony that will return to you. In Galatians 5 verse 13, Paul reminds us, "You, my brothers and sisters, were called to be free. But do not use your freedom to indulge the flesh. Rather, serve one another humbly in love." This passage reinforces that free will should be used consciously and compassionately, seeking not only our benefit but the collective good. Every choice made with love and purpose resonates with universal laws. Aligning free will with universal principles is a constant journey of self-discovery and growth. Each decision we make is an opportunity to create harmony between our soul and the universe. With this understanding, we complete the circle of Hermetic principles and their transformative lessons. The 7 Hermetic principles are not just ancient ideas or philosophical concepts. They are practical tools to transform your life. Jesus, in his infinite wisdom, has already shown us how to apply them in simple and powerful ways. Now it is your turn to take control of your spiritual path by aligning your thoughts, actions, and intentions with universal laws. What seeds are you planting today? Start now with one principle. Practice mentalism by observing your thoughts and choosing those that create the life you desire. Or connect with the rhythm of life, embracing its cycles and trusting in the right timing for everything. Small daily changes lead to great transformations. Share below which principles resonated with you the most and how you plan to apply them. Let's build a community of transformation and spiritual growth together. And remember, your light can illuminate the path for many. Jesus and the Hermetic principles offer the keys. It is up to you to open the doors.